evening and welcome to the Bad Company Podcast. Here with my main man and the co-host of the Century, Mr. Lightning Strike Floyd Camo. What you say, Jake?
Big Daddy, glad to be here, fired up. I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans. Like, we are doing our second episode on the same night that we released our first episode. And partly because the adrenaline's flowing from the feedback we've got. And as we've been thinking, like, what are we going to do? Like, the people we're going to have on, the material we're going to cover. We're like, man, like, how we're promoting Uncle Earls every year, there's something unique that comes along. And now we have something super unique that's been super successful, that's been super like talented, the best camo. All right. Now, when I say the best camo, a lot of folks know the artwork. Like they see the artwork and they automatically know who did it. They know there's the man behind the artwork. His name is Alex. What they don't know is the face. They don't know nothing about him. I've been talking to this man for nearly a year now, regularly. Probably known him a little longer than that. But what we're going to try to do today, we're going to get Alex to open up a little bit, tell him the stuff that inspires him, what drew him to us, what drew him to come on board and help us promote this event and make it what it is. And like I say, every year there's something unique that pops out. A couple years ago, out of nowhere, my friend Pat Lewing, he stepped up, really helped us promote it to the next level. He's still with us. And then now, like as
Mr. Brindle Dog Mafia, Pat Lewing.
Absolutely. And now we have like these supplemental guys that are popping in, getting in where they fit in, and nobody fits in better when it comes to graphic design and promoting and sales, like my boy Alex. Alex, Tell us a little bit, brother. What drew you to us that made you want to just come up and like, man, I got something I can offer these guys. Let's take it to the next level.
First of all, thank you for having me. I just want to make a disclaimer. This is my first time ever like being recorded or anything like that. I grew up hiding from the camera and hiding from all the crazy stuff. But to answer your question, what drew me to you, Jake, just you, man, and you know your drive to do what you're doing and making hogbaying.com and Uncle Earls the top. You know what I mean? So that's basically, you know, I got a hold of you and you treated me like nothing but a brother. So you know, it is what it is.
And that's what this is, bro. This is a brotherhood. Like my man Jay Bird, like you know, when I mentioned the things that have taken us to the next level, obviously Jay Bird and the production of the show has improved. I wouldn't say 1,000%. I can't even put a number on it because it would sell it short. Without Jay Bird, it would be nothing. It would just be dogs barking in the mud. And now we have you, and then not only do we have you and Jay Bird and me together, but we have like we have things in common. We have like rodeo, we have hogbaying, we have boars and babes and broads and broncs, and you know, like Jay Bird says, you know, I can't say but we have all that in common. You know, you come from like a rodeo background, and obviously you hog hunt, which most cowboys hog hunt, especially in the South, it seems. Up in Idaho, I don't think the saddle bronc riders up there have hog dogs because, well, there's no hogs. But down here, we're blessed. We got hogs.
Yes, sir.
We got hog dogs. And I'm looking over your shoulder right now, admiring some of your work. And I see lots of things. You know, I see Al Bundy. I see DeSantis. I see Trump. All with hogs, all with dogs. That's the kind of things we're into, man. Like, we're looking at things through a hog hunter, rodeo hands perspective. And you've got that covered, dude. What has been, let's just go, what has been your most popular artwork piece to this point?
That's a good question, man. To be honest with you, whatever is that, it all sells. Thank God. You know what I mean? With the support of everybody that's out there, it really all sells. I can tell you my favorite stuff is the political stuff, just because, or old school stuff like this, with Al Bundy married with children and stuff like that. But if you put Trump on it or DeSantis on it, and you do it with, you know, with a little bit of flavor, with a little, you know, with a little something cool,
you got a lot
it
of
works.
flavor, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I try really hard, and a lot of people don't know that it's basically just me. Like, there's nobody else here. Like, they'll write me and they'll be like, "Hey, you know, you guys are doing a great job," and people will see this podcast and they'll remember the conversations I have with them. I said, "We are a lot of people. It's just me. I make the designs. I print the stuff. I make the coffee. I'm the security guard. I'm everything. You know what I mean?"
I love that, Alex. I did not know that, man. Like, So in my mind, it's like when I think about the best Camo, I'm like, they probably in a high rise somewhere on Miami Beach down there in Miami.
Nah,
Uh,
nah, man. We're in the hood in Hialeah.
I love that, man. You know what? I just told you before we started recording, I'm a huge fan of your work too, man. You really are changing the game. I mean, I can't remember
Thank you,
which
man.
exactly piece of the which one of the goose deals I seen. It might have been the Uncle Earl. There's something here real recently, Uncle Earl's goose type deal that you did, man. I don't know. I hated to even call Randy and tell him how cool it was. It was that cool. You know, I knew take it to the next level with that one.
I
Well,
appreciate it, man.
like any form of artwork, whether it's dance, it's on canvas, it's your voice. I think that's what draws us all together, and that's what makes it so authentic. Like Jaybird is the same way. You know what I mean? Like he's putting out like it's him, it's himself.
Yes, sir.
He's not trying. It's just what comes out.
Man, I
Yep.
think that's what happened with the Hogbaying world, man. There was no blueprint. Like so there was no way to try to mimic anybody's game or anything else. I just came there and you were like, rip it up, have fun. That's all I know how to really do. I ripped it up and had fun. It was a match made in heaven, man. It's been a heck of a ride so far for certain.
It's funny. It's funny that you say the thing about the blueprint. Um, like this thing that I'm doing. You know, this world that's just happened around me with this artwork. There was no blueprint. You know, there was no nothing. The only blueprint I have is was the Garbage Pail Kids and Mad Magazine and the weird shit that I grew up on. You know what I mean? I come from a Cuban household where shit is different. You know what I mean? It's just weird. You know, people are weird, and what was on TV was weird, and I'm weird, and it's just it is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's why
Nah,
I like you
man.
so much, man. We all got. I mean, I hope I'm weird. I don't want to be normal, you know. But
Nah, me
so
neither.
I think you were talking about art and whatnot. So music, man. What'd you grow up listening to?
That's crazy. That's a great question. I listen to a lot of Motown.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up on country music. I grew up on salsa, merengue, or merengue, salsa and merengue, what it's
yeah,
called.
Gloria Estefan.
Yeah, I like Gloria Estefan, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like her music. I just like her.
Yeah, I bet. And I grew up like on soul music, man, and different stuff. You know, like just
yeah.
and prior to doing any artwork or anything, I was a music producer myself. And
Awesome.
yeah, that's not a lot of people know that. You know, prior to all this, um, I was in the music industry here in Miami, and a lot of people that come from where I'm from, like their dream is to like be in music. You know what I mean?
Quick
Yeah.
question:
Yes, sir.
you grew up in that industry in Miami. Did you know Kimbo Slice?
Yeah, of course.
Man, I was like, that's my man.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. I used to live in Carroll City, and he fought one day, not in my backyard, but in the backyard behind mine. You could just see right. You know, there were no fences or nothing.
Yeah, he beat
So
somebody up. I know he did.
yeah, when I
Hey,
first met my wife, the what now?
how long could Jake last with Kimbo?
Oh man, I don't know, man.
I
I
could
couldn't
I
say.
could take Kimbo because I'd take him down. But them guys
Yep.
didn't know that.
You just kick him in the nuts.
So you could take him
I
down.
wouldn't even kick him. I wouldn't even raise a finger. I'd just shoot in on him.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
hey, I know this is going out to the public. I hope this gets back to Kimbo Slice. I would like to,
Yeah, no doubt. Because when we went to war, Kimbo would be. You know how I know Kimbo would win? Because he'd be on my team.
There you go. Say no more.
That's right. Kimbo, look, I'm gonna go get all these guys engaged. You just walk by and hit them all in the ear.
Nah, he was a force to reckon with down here, man.
Mm-hmm.
That backyard fighting big down here. And then one of my best friends, Larry, his brother will fight in the backyard things, and you know, Game Dog came from there, and you know, all that. You know, that was just a huge part of being here in Miami. I'm in Miami.
Dada 5,000.
Yeah, Data 5000. Like Miami is a city, and then inside Miami, there's a bunch of. I mean, Miami-Dade is a county, and inside Miami, there's a bunch of cities. So there's like Carroll City, which now is Miami Gardens, Hialeah, North Miami, stuff like that. And it was just big, man. It was something that was, you know,
There's
it's
a
what it
sure
was.
enough bad dude that I don't ever want to tangle with, and you might know him too. I think he got a start in the backyard fighting Mazdaval.
Yeah, of course, Game Dog.
He might even be Cuban himself.
You know what? I'm not sure, but I sure know that I've DM'd him 1,000 times to go hog on him, but he don't answer my DMs.
Bad dude. Bad dude.
Yeah,
He's half Kimbo size, and he'd whoop Kimbo.
Yeah, he's a game dog, man. He really is
Yeah,
a game dog.
as a
He has
fan.
no quit. He has no quit in him.
Yeah, but speaking, we've talked about some folks from down in around Miami way, and we've talked about some hog dogs. Let's talk about a rodeo hand from down your way. Ernie, is it Ernie? I know him as Ern Bob,
Good
but
old
that's his
Ern
Facebook
Bobsky,
handle. Ernie Cossey.
Ernie Corson Jr.
Hey, that man, as of right now, he's a qualifier for the NFR. I know we're only 2 months in. We're only 8 weeks into the season. He's number two in the Extreme Bulls behind another hog bayer named Nick Casmore from Central Florida. He's number one. Ern Bob's number two. Ern Bob's like 14 in the PRCA standings right now. And apparently, you and him are very tight.
He's in San
Brother, man.
Antonio tonight too in the semifinals. So
He might have already won it.
at
We're
first
sitting here
o'clock tonight, he
talking.
might jump in that 14 to way up in that 4 or 5 range after tonight.
Yeah, if he wins tonight, he'll be in the top five.
Tell us about y'all's relationship, Alex. How you know him, man? I know he wears your name on him on his gear proudly.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing. Ernie's my brother. He's not my friend or anything like that. I love him. He loves me. We love each other's family. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Um, Nothing, man. Me and Ernie met one day at the rodeo in Bergeron, in the Bergeron Rodeo in Davie, and I seen him riding a bull, and I'm like sneaky. You know what I mean? Like I'll sneak into places. Like I tell my kids or my oldest daughter, I tell her when you're gonna cross a line that you can't cross, just look forward and pretend like you belong there. You know what I mean?
I
So
love I
so
love
I
this.
did that. I just walked. I
My
walked
man.
into the thing. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know. It just is what it is. And I walked in, and I seen him walk in front of me, and I said, hey man, what's your name? And he said, oh, my name's Ern Bob. I said, man, I like what you did out there. I want to sponsor you. And man, the minute I told him that, he was just he never said no to nothing. Like everything was yes. And
Yeah.
he put my daughter he put my daughter singing in the national anthem and all the rodeos and stuff. So that
And
was
she done
cool.
a great job, by the way.
Thank you, my
Great
brother.
That's
job.
Thank you, my
awesome,
brother.
man.
You raised a talented young lady.
Thank you, my
And
brother.
and you need to do a DNA test because she's too pretty to be your.
No, man, I'm telling you, man. I think it's the milkman's.
Y'all need to go together then, Jake. Man,
Hey, I know I've been there.
there's nothing in this world that gets me goosebump. I'm talking slap full, both arms, legs, hair on the neck, the national anthem at a rodeo. Man, that is what
Special,
gets my blood pumping right there.
special, man. It's special. Actually, probably like 2 weeks ago, she sung it at the Homestead Rodeo,
Yes,
and
sir.
I bumped into JB like in the back in the VIP, and shit, I was starstruck. It is what it is, but I just keep my composure, and I just walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, man, you mind taking a picture with my daughter? She's gonna sing the national anthem." And I don't personally know JB like that. I only met him that one time, but shit, he looked angry. Like he looks like a mean dude. I don't know him like that. But man, he was super nice, man. He was nothing but a gentleman. You know what I mean?
Man, he's the coolest, man. He's one of the few old school, just he's from the old school, man. He's bad to
Yeah,
the bone, and like he's super approachable. I think that's what makes him the superstar he is to rodeo. Really.
yeah. And to be honest with you, after I seen him, like right after my daughter took a picture with him, I started thinking, and I was like, damn, I got to do a shirt with him. Like I got to, and that's when I made that JB Hoggin,
Yeah.
and I put it up and tagged him on it, and he wrote me. He's like, hey man, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I was fucking scared. I was like, oh fuck, I don't piss this man off. And I explained to him, I said, man, look, I don't do it out of disrespect. I do it, because I enjoy you have a talent that I enjoy. And then he wrote me back and he was like, you know what, man, go ahead and do it. And from there on, I've dropped JB Hoggin. I dropped Rodeo Legends, another shirt with him. And man, he gave me permission to do it. So I'm doing it.
And
That's
that's the
awesome,
proper
bro.
name. I'm gonna try to be short on this, but like all the guys we've mentioned, even myself, all of us, like we're good at what we do. JB Mooney is probably the best ever at what he
Oh, he's
did.
he's a
He's
fucking beast.
arguably the best ever, no doubt. I don't care what poll you're on, top two or three, and he's friends with Alex. That's cool.
No,
Nah,
you
he's
can argue.
he's cool.
You can argue the dude number one all day long, man. I mean, for sure. I mean, he's in that argument. Absolutely.
He's a beast, man. When he's riding, like I was watching him ride, like live, like 2 feet away from him because I was in the shoots. Man, he focuses hardcore, man. Like that's just serious.
Man, that's it, man. It's something that it takes will. I mean, it's physically impossible for a dude that weighs 160 pounds to ride these 1,500-pound bulls.
Oh yeah,
It's the
oh yeah,
will to win. And I mean, that dude, if somebody was born with the will to win, it was that grizzly bear right there.
yes sir,
And
yes sir.
in our podcast, if we're going to talk about like, the stuff we're into, like I can't let this go because I feel like Jay Bird don't think he ranks as high as I think he ranks. Like that dude didn't win as many world titles as he had because of his gameness. Now that was he had his own faults. Look, a bug just landed on me. That's what happens when you do this outside. But anyway, like this dude was his own worst enemy. He drew back when they used to, he's the reason that riders can't pick their own bulls anymore because he picked the rankest one in the pen every time. He knew he was gonna win or get bucked off. And when he rode, he was win. By the end of the year, he was so broke up he couldn't. He had a big lead and he'd lose it in the finals because he couldn't ride or something like that. You
He
know,
slayed the baddest dragon to ever live, finally, though, Jake. That's the thing. He picked him all those times. He slayed that dragon, man.
that
Like, he
if that
did.
dude could have a nickname or a tattoo, his whole back should be a dragon with a sword in its heart because that's all he ever did was slay dragons.
Don't tell me those ideas, man. Then I start going crazy and designing that shit. But by the
Hey,
time tomorrow
whatever
comes
the
out,
inspiration is, and look here, don't give us no credit. Just hang out with us because we're full of inspiration.
oh
Man,
hell yeah,
back in
man.
Texas, I had the music going just right. The Chicago Bulls intro music, giving him his intro, and I hit him with the "He is the Bushwhacker Slayer." And man, when I said that, I don't know if all those thousands of people thought it was as cool as I did, but it felt it. Or it might have just been that JB walked right through the gate at that moment.
Yeah, man. He's a legend, man. He's a
Yeah,
legend, 100%,
he's
man.
bad, man. He's the baddest dude in the game, absolutely, for the last bunch of years,
He's the
and
Michael
probably
Jordan of
all
bull
time.
riding.
Yeah.
I feel that way. You know, we can sit here and talk about it all night, but I feel that way.
Jake,
I'm
tell
all
him who
for
your
it.
rodeo crush is, Jake.
He is well,
No,
he's my old rodeo crush. You know who my new rodeo
he
crush
got him a
is,
new
and
rodeo crush.
it burns Jay Bird up.
He
Who's
likes them
that?
young folks. Jake is a fan, just like everybody else in the land of the rock star. Rocker Steiner, Jake. Tell him about how much you love Rocker Jake.
Oh man, I don't know about that, but I do like to see him kick the hair off a horse.
He can
Yeah, man.
do it, man.
Let me tell you, good guy, man. He's a good young man. I approached him on social media also. Just a normal DM, man. A lot of people ask me like, how do you get a hold of people? And I just DM them, man, like a normal human being. You know, they breathe the same air that I breathe and all that. At the end of them, I said, man, I got a design I want to drop. And he said, let me see it. And I sent it to him. He was like, go ahead, man, drop it. And it worked. You know, it's pretty crazy. I have him, and then I drew him like with no face, and then it says fuck. Oh, I can say a bad word here.
Man, you say whatever you want.
All right.
It's
It says
bad.
fuck. It says fuck across his face, and then he's holding a world in his hand, and it's like dripping down. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's pretty
That's how
cool.
I feel. And like my fandom for Rocker isn't necessarily his talent. Now, do I think he's super talented? Absolutely. But he makes late nights in December more exciting because of who he is.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Our boy, I say our boy, he's my boy because he's Jaybird's boy. Cade Sanye, we're all rooting for him because he's a hometown boy, or at least local to us, and grew up where we grew up in the same kind of like Cajun. I don't know what you'd say, like Cajun descendants and stuff. And of course, we love to
Tunas.
see him win. But like bareback riding is now more exciting because Rocker's in it. If Cade Sanye would go win pre Rocker Steiner, yeah, that's cool. But if he beats Rocker Steiner, let's blow the roof off this place. Let's go to the Cajun Dome and have some kegs and a parade. And Rocker will probably show up and it'll be real fun then.
Hell yeah.
Hey, so Rocker, tonight, it's funny you say that. Right now, tonight, San Antonio went on. Rocker was there in the semifinals. Cade, Taylor Broussard, my man, which Cade's fourth in the world right now. Taylor's fifth in the world. Last year, Rocker Steiner was the PRCA Resistol Rookie of the Year. Went to the NFR. Guess what? This year, 2023, Resistol Rookie of the Year. Cade Saunier, gonna be at the NFR. Put it on your calendars.
I'll
No
write it
doubt.
down. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make the
Oh shit, we lost Jake.
Oh man, he'll be
Jake,
back.
what you touch? What you touch, Jake?
do
He'll
nothing.
be
Randy
back.
Durrell's trying to call me, and I had to get that out of there.
Oh man,
Did it mess
imagine
it
that
up?
ruining a good time. No man, we
Nah,
good.
you good.
We thought Heather came back in on you.
No,
Turn
no.
off the lights on you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like I knew this when we started. That kind of stuff was going to happen. But anyway, there's going to be 24 more calls because I didn't answer. But anyway, we were on Cade Saunier. I'm gonna say I'm gonna make the bold prediction of the year. This
Hey,
is
Kate, oh, yeah, let me
the
stop
best
you real quick.
camo,
Hey,
the best camo bold prediction of the year. Like Jay Bird at the finals, he's got the cinch pick of the night, the bold pick of the night, the Stony Rock Productions lock of the night. I got the bold prediction of the night. Our boy Arm Bob is going to finish in the top 10 of the
Oh,
PRCA.
winning. That's what I'm talking about. We'll
heck
be in
yeah.
Vegas this year. We already have a table for
He's
8
not going.
reserved.
He's not just going. Like going's one thing. He's going to be competitive. He's going to be in the top 15. Make it. He's going to be in the top 10, guaranteed.
So man, he's gonna be happy to hear this when he sees this video.
Hey man, and like so, the thing is, when it gets there, it just got to go right for him. And so I seen the kid ride enough. I know enough people that know this guy. I got Cole Tafe, a great friend of mine. They got a rodeo company down in Florida. You know, it gives me the insight. And if he tells me correct information, I think Earn Bob hits Vegas. He's feeling good about it. Catches the hot streak I know he can get on. I'm even double down and say he's going to be closer to the top five, Jake, in all honesty.
You know why you might be right? Because he can ride ranked bulls.
He can
Oh hell
ride.
yeah,
He
he
don't
loves a
like.
rank
He
bull.
don't
He
look
grew
pretty.
up
He don't look pretty on the dinks. He can ride ranked bulls. So
when
that
you
Yes
could
grow up
sir.
in
happen.
that part of the country.
It, it,
When you
it,
grow up in that part of the country, there are ranked bulls to get on, man, and that's why when them guys come from that part of the country, they're usually super ranked.
Yes sir.
well, like when you get there in March at Uncle Earl's, all right, you get in there midweek, say Wednesday, Alex. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I fly in on Thursday morning, so I'll be there already like at 6 in the morning.
All right, you be in Winfield at 6 in the morning. All right, let's
Yeah,
say this is from. All right, and there's no wrong answer to this. This is from a man that's
of
never
course.
been to Uncle Earl's, never been to Winfield, Louisiana either. Which there's nothing there. Like the cash crop there is like pine trees, catfish, and collard greens. All right, when you get there, what's first on your list to do?
The first thing when I get out the plane, uh, have some coffee and smoke a cigarette.
Oh
That's my
yeah,
All right, all
that's
right,
my first thing.
but then you got to get in the rental car, and then you got to make. You're landing in Shreveport, right, or Monroe?
Alexandria or Alexandria.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, all right, you got about an hour
Yeah,
trip. Get in the
yeah.
rental car. Got about an hour trip north. When you land, get out of that rental car, stretch your legs. What's the first line of business?
My first line of business is getting straight to where you're at, man. And hopefully on the way I see a hog that I could get out the car and run up after and try to leg that
Wait a minute. Did he say the first line of
bitch.
business was meeting me? Wait, Alex, what time are you getting there?
No, no, I get there at 6, but by the time I get the rental car or the rental truck and all that, I'll be there like about 8:30.
I,
I heard you get up early though.
I might not wake up till 8. That's a lie. I'm pushing everybody by 7.
Man, I'm
right.
excited.
That's a lie too, though.
I'm excited to go out there, man. I'm excited to meet y'all out there for sure.
We're excited to
Man,
have you.
Alex, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I can't. I love meeting new people, man. We had never met in person, but just sitting here visiting, bro. You my kind of flavor for sure, bro.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
I can already tell where this is going. Like we're gonna have, we're gonna do a few podcasts. We're gonna excite our following. We're gonna have a great reunion in March. We're gonna continue the season of Hogbaying.com. It's gonna end in October, and the culmination is gonna be in December when Earn Bob is out there, in the top 3 in the average. Cade Saunier making his run at the world title. I think it's going to be a heck of
Taylor
a
Broussard.
2023 is going to be a great year for the Bad Company podcast.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Jay Bird's excited because he loves my voice when I try to sing.
Yeah,
Man,
huh?
he got a beautiful voice that he does have.
That's crazy.
As long as you turn the radio real loud and sound good.
Yeah.
He does good till you give him a microphone. I always tell him, so Jake, you either could yell or you could talk in the microphone. You don't have to yell into the microphone. That's what it's made
All right.
for.
Now
He gets so excited.
this is bringing up a serious point that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh man.
I got my cordless mic where I can say important stuff. I try not to add too much to the creative side of it, and every now and then I say something that try to supplement Jay Bird's work, and then I get text messages like, "Hey, you don't have to yell into the mic." This, that, and the other. Well, something happened, and he had to use my microphone. He's like, "Man, this sounds terrible." And I said, "See, you're trying to hold me back, dude. You're trying to hold me back this whole time because you know my voice is golden. He's trying to
It
hold me
was,
back the
man.
whole time, Alex."
It was terrible, man. I didn't intentionally do it, but man, now that I know, my game's that strong, it might come at Earls.
Oh shit.
No, we're gonna make the boss man sound good. That was my bad over there, man. But it was early and late and all that stuff all together.
Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, like when this hits live, like our lives are gonna change. You know what I mean? Like when the public can see this, and like folks are really gonna be beating down the door. I'm gonna have to get my man Alex. Like I'm afraid he's too approachable. Like he's gonna have to say no to some folks because like all these engagements, all these public sightings and autograph signings and picture taking. Like Alex is like we got to have an exclusive group, man. It's just like me, you, Jay Bird, and just like the few elites, man. You can't just have everybody in this group. You know what I mean?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm antisocial, man. It's tough for me. I'm a good person. Like I love people. It's just you put me in front of a lot of people, I'll be the one in the shade under the tree, all the way in the back.
Well,
But I
that's the
get
good
used to it
thing.
little by little, man.
That's the good thing about where I sit at, Alex. It keeps me confined from the rest of the community a lot of the time. So I usually just kind of talk to myself after about the third day.
well,
Oh shit.
the good thing about it, like me and you might be upstarts. Jay Bird's rodeo company's been going on for about 40 years or so, and then when he starts putting on two hats, now he's in the biggest hog baying game, the biggest rodeo game in Louisiana.
Hell yeah.
Like next thing you know, like they're just gonna call him the king of Louisiana. There's not even gonna be an election. No one can do anything about it. It's gonna be a totalitarian dictatorship. Jay Bird's gonna run it
Done.
all.
Hell
I
yeah.
wonder if I could do that from Mississippi.
That's how big it is. Like you're gonna commandeer Western Mississippi.
I already kind of live kind of like I'm in a sovereign nation over here. I think no rules really apply. I guess I hadn't read them yet.
You
But
absolutely do live in a sovereign nation.
yeah.
I'm about to let a secret out. They catch big bass at Jay Bird's house, and the
Oh
family's the
shit.
only one that catch them.
Hey, Tyler didn't catch a big one though. He came last time we were recording. Tyler was here, and he caught one that I don't know. We did think it was bait, but it was a fish. Turns out.
Well, we've talked about the build up. We've talked about getting there, how we're going to handle it. Now, let's try to talk about some results. Like, who are we going to be looking for when we get to Uncle Earl's? Like, who are we going to be looking for to make waves? Let's talk about social waves. Let's talk about competitive waves. Let's talk about, I don't know, negative waves. Who's going to make the biggest stink at Uncle Earl's? Who's going to make the biggest splash? Who's going to leave there with the most cash? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
Jay Bird, I
All
mean,
right.
lead us down the road, man. Tell us what you're thinking, and then we'll let Alex give his rendition of what he's thinking. Like to kind of counteract what you say.
All right. So let's go with the puppies, man. So in the puppies, I feel like there's a lot of really good young dogs coming up. I'm gonna go like puppy, old and young. I mean, take it from one of them two classes. I don't know exactly which one it's gonna be, the Ranger, but I feel like the Mealies are coming to town with a squad. I feel like they've been shining with them young dogs. They've been right there. I'm talking about bringing the heat. So I'm going to go early in the week. I think it's going to be kind of a trend that's been setting. It's going to be melee time early in the week over there. A couple from Oklahoma, Eric and Chelsea, man, great. When I say great, folks, could not find any better, man. Chelsea, she
especially
legit, man.
Chelsea.
She cracks me and Jake up, man. She told me she come in early that morning, listen to some Bone Thugs and Harmony. She told me I need to come strong with my music, so I was like, all right. But I think it's gonna be their game early in the week, man. I think Johnny White's gonna be over there with them young dogs, man. He's on fire right now. But you know what? The thing about Hogbaying I do know is, it's hard to win every time. It's hard to win a class at Uncle Earl's. If you win one class one time, you have done something that most people will never do in this lifetime.
Hmm.
So I'm going to say one dog. You know the two is going down. Well, I'm going to say there's going to be three in the mix. Of course, we're going with, he says four?
I said 3.
Three? Hand grenade? Clyde? The goose.
Hmm.
There's my three.
Hey,
All right.
hey, and 4. We can say 4.
All right, give it to me.
Elmo.
Wow. I would love that. I'm not counting him out by no means. By no means. I would say a long shot to some people that would not surprise me one bit. You know how much I'm a fan of this next one.
Martha.
Martha.
Let me get.
Martha. Martha's going to get him. You wait. Earls, it's Martha's time to shine once again. Then the two dog, man, it's going to go Joey Barkley. Maybe going to go back to back. Maybe with Dillinger and something else. I don't even know exactly what right
Hey,
this second.
Josh Aswell's won it the last 2 years
So that might be three in a row for
because he
Mr.
runs with
Josh,
Joey.
the dirty dog. And hey, wouldn't it be cool if Joker and Rango did it again?
I'm all for it. The
But
fans loved it.
hey, there's some black dogs that live over there in Winsboro, Louisiana. They have impressed not only me but the world.
They're
All
bad.
right, so we're not counting out Code Red coming in and doing something really good in the two dog. How can you talk about the two dog at Uncle Earl's without talking about the four-time world champ?
The
I
Goose.
tell you, I've told Randy Darrell, Goose could win the two dog at Earl's with any dog. You know I know that because me and Goose could win the two dog. I could get out there on my hands and knees, and me and Goose could win the two dog. So I'm gonna say if I had to pick one team, I couldn't do it right this second. But that's what I'm thinking two dog wise. Man, you never know how it's going to go down. I don't know who Center's going to be paired up with. I don't know who some of these pairs are going to how they're going to go down. Man, I got it. If this pair goes together, this is my winners: Goose and the hand grenade. If they run again together, that's my champs of the two dog.
That's a
And
big deal right there.
everybody's
Hey,
worn down.
hey, Alex. In case you couldn't tell, Jay Bird's really going out on a limb now.
Yeah. He stretched it. He stretched it.
Yeah, he's
Can't wait
taking
to
the
see them
high.
dogs work, man.
My man
This is
Alex has
when
never seen it in person. He's just seen the highlights and the pictures and the results. Alex, I know you don't know the order of the events and everything. Let's say, let's say just one dog and two dog. Just there, he didn't really go out on a limb with nothing. Like that's the names everybody
Martha
expects to be at the top. Like you can tell, he's doing his homework.
Yeah, I've been
Just
doing
from
my
the
homework
highlights
too.
you've seen, the results you've seen, like who are you expecting to come out the weekend? Like the few top dogs, who are you expecting, man?
Man, to be honest with you, Goose, I'm a big fan, man. You know what I mean? I'm biased. You know, I like good. I like good things. And
is great.
and hand grenade, man. You know, GW, he's got something there. I've been looking at it, and it's something to look at, man. It's something big deal.
Yeah, see, a lot of people. It's funny you bring up hand grenade because, like the people close to the game, they understand that like the biggest threat to Goose is the hand grenade because he's a yellow version of Goose. He's one dog, he's two dog. A lot of folks can't do both competitively, and then all of a sudden, like, see, there's some material that hadn't been released yet. A lot of folks don't know about the photo shoot down in Tiger Stadium, baying a hog in the end
Ooh,
zone with all the purple and gold and the 100,000 people. Like we kind of broke that news right here on the Bad Company podcast. Like,
I was
man,
lucky. I was lucky enough to see them pictures, man. That's special right there, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
buddy. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to shake the world up, much less the hog band world. When all these 5-star athletes they start getting recruited by LSU and stuff, and then they might be on the fence. Is it Bama? Is it Texas? Is it LSU? What?
Mm.
What? Hand grenades in the end zone, ban a hog? Oh, I'm going to LSU.
Oh shit.
Hey, you really think?
Here we go.
Hey, you really think kids have a choice between LSU and Texas? You think that the same kid's going to have that choice? Surely the kid that has the choice from LSU got better options than Texas.
Now, you're right. Obviously, anyone considering Texas would never consider LSU.
I talked to GW today about that. I'm like, man, when are you gonna release them pictures, man? I want everybody to see, you know what I mean? Them epic pictures.
Well, it's the pictures. Like, I've got a sneak peek. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's the pictures, there's the shirts, there's the banners, there's the seal of the state of Louisiana. The Pelican. There's Tiger Stadium, packed full, a hog in the end zone, hand grenade bay in it. The governor's involved. Of course, we're at the governor's bay in Earl Long.
The hype is there. The hype is there.
There. So, man, I guess you're a Hurricanes fan that living down there, Alex.
Yes, sir. Miami Hurricanes. Yes, sir.
Miami Hurricanes. Yeah, man. As a kid, I was a big Steve Walsh fan when he was a Miami Hurricane.
Oh hell yeah.
What about Benny Testaverde?
Good
Man,
old Benny. Good old Benny T.
Yeah, and,
T.
and Jeremy Shockey and Benny Testaverde. That's two of my all-time favorite Hurricanes. But no one, and I mean when I say this, I mean no one that ever wore the U means more to me than Michael Irvin.
Number 88 for sure. That's the
My
man.
favorite Hurricane ever is Ed Reed, man. I love Ed
Hey,
Reed.
Ed Reed,
Ed Reed.
Ed
Yeah.
Reed and Ray Lewis, I can't hate them, but they didn't have that star.
Oh, I get it now. I got you.
Yeah.
Through the Hurricanes come so many good players, man. Back in those days. Now, now it's a little different, but hopefully it gets better. Um, One of my favorites that really didn't never get in college was Rohan Marley, Bob Marley's son, that played linebacker for the Hurricanes. That was pretty epic, also, right there.
Yeah, was that a publicity stunt or was he really talented?
Nah, he was a fucking beast. He'll
I
cut your
never
head off.
knew that he had a son that played there. Check this out, folks. In my pocket,
Boom, there he is.
a Bob Marley lighter.
Yeah, I did a design with Bob Marley also. I try to put everything that I grew up doing into the designs, man. It's crazy. I use
That's
Bob Marley
badass.
also. Hell yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
In case this podcast does go through, I want everyone to know that every blip and every problem that we had in the audio is from Randy Durrell melting my phone down while we're doing this.
Man, you know how them crazy chicks are, bro.
Stage 7 clinger. Like
But hey,
he probably
if you
wants to
wouldn't leave
make
them
sure we're
on,
mentioning Goose in this video.
hey, if you wouldn't lead them on, bro, if you don't say the words "I love you" or come sneak in after Heather goes to
It's nothing I
like,
said. I think he just picks up on whatever vibes he feels.
I ain't
uh,
gonna lie, man. You really can't mention Uncle Earls without Goose, man. At least in the time that I'm knowing
Well,
Uncle Earls. You know what I
I'll
mean?
say this: like it's my job to be as objective as possible. That's why I don't openly talk about anyone. Like
Of course.
you won't see me post uh, any one dog or anything like that. Like it'll all be standings or results or something like that. But I'll say this: I've been going to Uncle Earl's since the beginning. I volunteered when I thought I'm gonna say volunteer because when I was a kid, I thought I was working for free. Like I worked there and I put in blood, sweat, and tears there. And then as soon as it was available, they offered it to me. It was never even something I wanted. They said, "Hey, will you do this?" And the moment they approached me with that, I was like, "All right, I'll do this. Like this is the direction I want to go." Stuff like this, like stuff talented people like Alex, like Jay Bird, and the talented people that run their dogs, the talented people that breed their dogs. Like it's just tons of talent. It's a refined sport now. It's not a backyard mud hole thing anymore. It's really refined. And during all that time, no one has won the high point more than 3 times. No one has won it more than twice outright. Goose has won it outright 4 consecutive years, and he's 5 years old.
It's unbelievable. He's a special dog, man. He's a special dog.
He's special amongst special. He's not special against the standard. Like he's special. He's special. Like he is the standard, and he's special at that.
Of course.
Every day, like Goose is bad. Does Goose get beat? Yes. Like if we were to have a batting average for Goose, I'd say it was around 300 or 400. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't win everything, but you got to beat him every day.
Yeah, for sure. Man, when I did the design for him, that I put it up on my Instagram, uh, man, I got like 20 messages. Hey, man, can you give me a puppy? From him. Can you talk to the owner and give me a puppy? And I just told everybody, and I send them, Randy's information, not his number or anything, but the Instagram page, which obviously they already knew. And I told them get a hold of him, man. But people love that dog. I could have sworn that dog was Cuban, man, because he'd be dancing the lambada on them fucking hogs, man. I'm
Yes,
telling
he
you.
does.
He'd
Yes,
be
he does.
dancing, man. It's something to look at. If you actually enjoy this the way I enjoy it, you could actually watch this. Like, it's unbelievable, man. It's something that there's no words. Remember, I'm new to the hog baying situation, but seeing, where I come from, you don't really see the dog work. I hunt sugarcane, so by the time you get there, it's done already. You know what I mean? You send your catch dog, a little bit of ways, but you don't see the dogs working. But to actually, I think that's what really made me fall in love with this hog baying thing, man. Was able to see the dogs work because like I said, I didn't grow up hunting pastures or any. I hunt sugarcane. That's what I hunt. So you don't see the dogs work, and that's what I enjoy. I enjoy hog hunting. I love hog hunting. But I enjoy more than anything to see the dogs work.
It,
That's
it,
the part that brings me joy.
everyone loves the score. The harvest. But like even where I hunt, there's pine thickets or there's marsh grass. Like you don't get to see them work. And the main difference, essentially, what we're doing in the woods and what we're doing in the competition, they're the exact same thing. We're judging on the same criteria that you want your hunting dog to do. But the main difference is when you catch a hog, you can tell the story however you want. When you're in front of 15,000 people in Winfield, Louisiana, a neutral party tells the story. And you might have done a
Of
great
course,
job. Like, this is no knock on nobody's dog. You might have done a great job, but you didn't win. That doesn't mean you have a bad dog, and some people take it personal. But like the judges are, the judges are doing the storytelling, and some people, that's what they don't like about it. They can't tell their story. They can go out in the sugar cane and they can tell their story how they want it to sound. But when
of course, of
everybody's
course.
watching, your rendition of the story, it don't hold no water.
Hell yeah,
My
that's
view's a
true.
lot different than Jake's. Or my what Jake hires me to do is to make his event fun. So not only fun, but there's a job I have to do. So my job is super easy to do when it's a dog like Goose. One of the first people I met, probably about the third person I met, but the first time I went to Earls and hooked up with Jake was Randy. And I'd already heard about this dog, and so I'm like, I've heard about the dog. I hear about the dog from Randy. Everybody that night's talking about this dog before the band. So we go to the band, and I'm watching, and I didn't know anything about it, Alex. So I go to this hog band. I knew Uncle Earls existed. That's all I knew. All right. So it comes Goose's turn. And from the time that Randy let that dog go, I'll be honest, it was just different. It looked different to me. I knew that, and I told Jake right away, I was like, man, if there was a deal for style points, y'all would have to give that dog a 12. He just
Mm,
looks cooler than the rest of them. And
mm.
there's some dogs that got some cool moves. There's some dogs like Bull and Buster that are just straight gangsters. But they got, don't think for one second that Goose isn't just as bad as any dog out there, too. He's just smooth and sweet, too. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a smooth dude. He really is.
it's just different, man. And I think that I don't know how things are going to go in the history of this game, but breedings are getting to where everybody's bloodlines are so good. I don't know how you ever beat a 7-time world champion. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. That, that might be what they're all saying in 5 years after Earn Bob wins the bull ride. You know what I mean?
Man, that's what the fuck I'm talking about right there.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know, when Earn Bob comes, like when he realizes the type of support that he really has behind him, I'm pretty sure he's going to be bulletproof because, a man at his best is one thing, but a confident man at his best, he's dangerous. Me coming up,
And let
fought a few MMA fights. Uh, you know, I've I've destroyed people that were supposed to be a challenge, and I struggled with people that were supposed to be easy. Any man or anything at his best is hard to beat. Our boy Arm Bob, he's going to be hard to beat because he's going to be at his best.
let me tell you something about Aaron Bob. The people that are close to him know this, and the people that see him at the rodeos know this. You usually see the bull riders and stuff like that in the back, and this is just me. I've been around it for a minute, and you don't see them with their family. Aaron's with his wife and the kids wherever he goes, man. Like he's a great bull rider, but he's even a better person, man, and a better
that's
family man.
that's
It's big. It's big. He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great friend. Like I kid you not, man. I don't got nothing bad to say about this guy. It's the most humble, genuine person that I have yet to meet in my life. I'm 44 years old. I've been around for a minute, but man, when I met him, that was something special, man. He really is a special person. He's a great bull rider, but man, if I judge a man differently, I judge him as what they really are, and as a friend, a father, all that, man. He's the fucking shit,
that's
man.
what, that's what's important, Alex. Man, there's nothing in this world I try to do and I take more pride in than being a really good husband. Man, I got the best wife a man could have. We don't have any kids. We got some spoiled puppies and whatnot, but the way a man treats his wife and his kids tells you everything you need to know about that man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, fellas, after Uncle Earl's, like we all got to have a like I know we all have our year planned out. Like Alex, what's on the radar after Uncle Earl's?
To take over the world. No, I'm just messing around.
That's what I'm talking about. With shorts with
Nah,
laser beams on their head. Yeah,
man.
let's do it.
Nah, man. I'm just. I guess it ain't no secret, man. I'm in a competition with myself. I don't really have a competition with anybody else. Um, I'm trying to be the definition of man. How do I say this? Kind of like I don't know, man. Like just when you think about hog hunting clothing, like you think of the bestcamo.com. You know what I mean? That's my mission. And it ain't for me. It ain't for money. It's just a legacy I want to leave my kids, man. I want my kids to look back and always be like, them. As of right now, I think I have 380 designs on my website. I'm every single one of them I've done. So it's just a way of leaving. Not that I'm going anywhere, but my great grandchildren could always look back and be like, "Damn, Papa did that." You know what I mean? Like, I think that's cool, man. You know what I mean?
And I've even told you this a few months back, like when Academy or Target or Walmart or something picks up your designs, like don't forget about hogband.com because
No,
I'm gonna
hell
need all
no.
the help I can get.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been reached out by a couple of people, a couple of big companies, but I don't think that they're really looking at my stuff. I think they're looking at what was convenient to them. But when they bump into this type of stuff, the conversation ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When they see good old Uncle Trump, they don't want to do business no more.
yeah,
But I'm not gonna stop doing it. You
that's
know what I
fine.
mean?
There's more people because the people that are buying stuff, they like Trump. The people that want stuff for free, they don't buy it.
Oh, of course. And I get invited a lot to like even yourself, Jake. You're like, Alex, set up a booth, this, that, the other. Man, I just want to go and have a good time. I want to go to Uncle Rose and relax and mingle and meet people and shake hands and see the kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, see them into it. And remember when I was a kid, you know, I'm lucky. I'm Cuban, but my dad came here very young, fleeing from Fidel. And my since I was born, I've been hunting. We used to hunt deer in the Everglades with dogs, with hounds, with Walker hounds and blue ticks and stuff like that. So I'm very blessed to grow up like this. Like this isn't something that I saw on the internet and I thought was cool. And I was like, oh, you know what? I want to start running dogs because it's cool. No, it's
It's
what it is.
funny you mentioned that, because I grew up a Christian, and like how them old school Christians are. They write notes in their Bibles and
Yes, sir.
stuff. And then you mentioned blue ticks, and like my great great grandfather, he had a note on the back page of his Bible. He said, "There's no such thing as a fat girl I need or a blue dog with speed." I don't know if you
Oh
take
shit.
anything,
Oh shit. I ain't
but
gonna lie. I'm hunting with a buddy of mine named Lewis, a Mexican dude, and he got gifted a Cuban dog mixed with a Walker Hound on trail. Man, let me tell you something. I've seen some dogs that can hunt, but this dog has been around for about 4 weeks now, 4 weekends in a row, and it's something to look at, man. To see a Walker Hound with the mentality of a Cuban dog, like just that energetic, no give up, like just constant go go go, but silent on trail, like
kind of
that's
it's kind of
fucking
offset
unreal.
to like what we're talking about. And I've never owned a Walker dog, straight Walker dog. Period. Now the dogs I have some Walker influence, but I'll say this: like you might can go certain geographical places and catch more hogs than I could with a Walker dog, which I don't have a Walker dog, but I have some with Walker influence. You might could go certain places, especially in the marsh, the lowlands, and catch more hogs with your rough dogs than I could with the Walker influence. But I can go anywhere that God created and catch hogs with a Walker dog. There is nothing more versatile than
Yeah.
a Walker dog. Period.
Imagine one that doesn't open up on trail. It's fucking
That's
godsend,
what
man.
I.
Yeah.
Well, which the ones that I have don't open either. But at the same
Oh
time,
wow.
I've caught a
Okay.
million hogs behind a dog that open too.
Oh, where I hunt, if the dog's open, you ain't catching nothing, man. Them hogs hear you coming from a mile away and they get.
Well, there's there's a difference between open and babble.
Mm,
Some of them get in the track and babble. That
mm.
sucker that's opening, he's just telling you, "Hey, Daddy, I'm running one."
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's
That
how I grew up with the
babbler,
deer dogs. Yeah.
that babbler, he's just like the sucker keeps running, and I'm letting you know that he ain't here.
Mm, gotcha.
But you know, uh, as we get on down the road, past we've already found out what you're going to do past Uncle Earl's. Like right now, we know Jaybird has the Red Bud Festival here in Buna coming up 2 weeks before Uncle Earl's. Jaybird, what's on the radar?
Man, on the radar right now, we're going to Red Bud, we're going to Uncle Earls, and so as we roll into April, we're going to be pretty busy. Right after Earls, I think the next weekend I'm in Liberty, Mississippi. Man, Guy McNabb's operation, and then I go back to Orange, Texas, man.
I
Cowboy Church,
can't wait.
Texas. Yeah. Then my
Jay,
birthday,
Jay, you really?
uh,
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
go.
The Be Kind segment, but I'm going to go ahead, like I'd said already, like to myself, like where are we going? The segment for me was going to be like after Uncle Earl's, I'm going to sleep for 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
But aside from that, when the Orange Rodeo comes to town, right over here to my left, there's going to be a few 100 pounds of crawfish being boiled in the driveway, and we're going to have
Mm.
Yes.
all out throwdown, and everybody's welcome. We got spare bedrooms. We got an extra bar of soap where everybody can clean up when they're done. And
I'm expecting everybody that came last year, the Campbells, Snotty Graves, Rocket Randall. I expect everybody back,
there's a few of our boys that we know. They'll be here in spirit. It seems like
Yeah.
I've lost one, three. Jeff Everett, um,
Back offer.
Zach Alford, Mark Hayes. Uh, they won't be here with us, but you know what? They're as big a part of it that ever was. They were part of what made it possible. And
Yeah.
we're
You
going to
gonna
be
have stale
here.
cracker over there?
What is it, brother?
Have stale cracker over there boiling that crawfish for you?
Man, I'm not going to speak on things that I don't know exactly about, but I know Stale Cracker is in the mix, but he's
Hell yeah.
more than likely he's not going to be here in Orange, but there may be some other stops along the way that we've mentioned.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to say, because I'm not at liberty to say, but Stale Cracker will be in the mix, and it won't be as a public display. It'll be more just to hang out with friends and stuff. But
Hell yeah. He's a good dude, man.
yeah, he is a good dude. But I'm not going to say what his schedule is, but more than likely, unless he just somewhere along the line between here and the end of April at the Orange Rodeo, we blow his socks off. It's probably not going to be at this crawfish bowl for one because he eats too much, and two, he's probably overbooked. You know, he's a popular guy.
Yeah, he's doing real good, man. I'm very blessed to work with him, man. Like that's a big deal for me.
Put
That's
that
a
on a
huge deal.
cracker, dude.
You got to put that on. And let me tell you, man, he's such a cool. All these people that are social media influencers or that are becoming famous through social media, man, people don't get it. They're just as normal as us three that are on here, man. It's just a normal person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how we want to try to finish the bad company. And of course, now we got to recognize that we got bad company.
Oh shit, you went out again, bad company.
He's coming up with something big. I got fireworks about to
All
go
right,
off.
how about now?
Tell Randy Darrell leave you alone, man. He's a
Jaybird,
crazy
I'm sorry. You're going to
bro.
have a lot to editing to do on this second episode,
No, we're gonna just let everybody know Randy Darrell's a stage 7 clinger, man.
or worse.
Or worse.
You know what's bad? Like you can answer him once and he'll leave you alone. The fact that I'm ignoring him is probably driving him nuts because he knows that ain't my style. Like if I can't talk, I'll answer and tell you, like, "Hey man, I can't talk." The fact that I'm not
Hey man,
answering probably got him mad.
before we go any further, I gotta say this. So we were in Orange a little while back rodeoing. Brady Dupree, you love Brady Dupree. You think he's the best bullfighter ever sent to this earth.
I
You know
seen
what
him
Brady?
save some people that night.
You know what he did do? He got me sick.
Uh-uh.
Oh
So
shit.
just know that I already
I
let
didn't
him
say to
dogfight
kiss
him,
him. I just said he was talented.
bro. I didn't
Oh
kiss him. You
shit.
know, you can get that from other ways.
Oh, he kissed your wife.
Yeah, probably
That's
kissed
fucked
her
up.
ass. Probably that's the only way he keeps that job. I mean,
Well, I'm gonna say if I had to kiss one of you, I'd rather kiss her.
Oh
maybe
shit.
you're gonna trade our deal out with her, are you?
Hey, maybe I was hard to get along with, you know.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, we always like. Well, I say we always like. I've been doing this for 20 years, but how we're going to end up the Bad Company podcast is a be kind segment. We're going to brag on someone and see, like the first episode, we kind of prepared for it. Well, now we're not prepared. So I want somebody to step up and say something positive about someone. And we're all going to go, all three of us are going to go through, say something positive about someone close to the things we've talked about in this segment, in this episode. Let's go, boys. Get it started. I don't care who does it. Somebody get it started.
It's my
All right.
first time ever doing this, so it's on one of
I'm
y'all.
going Uncle Pat Lewing, the rock star
Patsky.
himself, man. All right, being kind. Uncle Pat, man, he's a giver. He gives too much. I will say, man, that dude is one of the most solid dudes I know. Gives, and never wants anything in return. Man, when I'm in a bind and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and Jake wants to let this bay off continue, I gotta go to bed. I quit, man. You can just fire me. Get Uncle Pat up here. Uncle Pat's coming, man. If I hit the red button in emergency mode, anything I need in life, if there's no more fun to be had somewhere else, Uncle Pat's gonna be there. He might be late if he has having fun somewhere else, but if I need him, Uncle Pat's there, man. Along with a bunch of other people, but being kind, being cool. I don't even know if he's cool. He's kind and he's giving, and I love my man, Uncle Pat.
Go
Hell
ahead.
yeah. Yeah, you go, you go. I'm gonna go last so I can learn off both of you. This is new for me. Go ahead.
All right. All right. My be kind segment. I'm going to go ahead and just, of course, I try to do the whole thing kind of shooting from the hip, I like things to be raw, like raw emotion, raw energy kind of deal. My Be Kind segment is going to be probably someone that isn't here anymore. All right, like I've always looked for like the folks that have always had my back to the end. like you don't know how loyal a friend is until they're not here anymore. Like, did they have time to do you wrong? Did they always do you right? That kind of thing. I don't know. That might be my mind working, but my boy Marquez, the natural. We're going to spread his ashes before the best of the best starts at Uncle
Wow.
Earls this year. And he's told me this since I've known Mark since I was a little boy. We've been a part of Uncle Earl since it started in some form or fashion. He's a native of Winfield. And the moment I got the contract, the first thing he said to me, and it's weird because no one's ever told me this, especially at my age. My friends aren't in the get their wheel ready type of atmosphere. Mark Hayes told me, he said, when I go, if you have any say in this, I want my ashes spread before the best of the best starts.
Wow.
And I said, okay, buddy. And he's like, I'm serious. Like, if people say, oh, my dog will sniff the ground, you tell them to go get you know what. And I said, look, I'm serious. Like it sounds simple, but I said, all right, that's what we're going to do. And every year he reminded me, if not multiple times, every time we got together, when I go, you spread my ashes before the best of the best. So guess what we're going to do in 2023? Before the best of the best starts, whoever wins that sucker is going to have Mark Hayes ashes on their paws. Because
That's fucking gangster.
I'm spreading his ashes. We're going to play him a song. We're going to have a tribute to my boy. And to the very end, when it wasn't popular, when people had diabolical schemes and everything else to try to take what I had and what I'd done, Mark Hayes stepped up and said, no, that's the direction we need to go. And here we are today.
You're a good man, man. That's beautiful.
My boy had my back to the last breath he took. And as far as I'm concerned, to the last breath I take, I'll honor his name.
Wow. It's hard to come after that, man. Jake, that's big right there. That's beautiful.
Well, hey, it's just natural, man. Like, it just flows. You know what? Like, be kind to someone. If it's a second, like you don't have to live up to nothing. That was kind of why I wanted to go last. But hit us with it, Big Daddy. Like, we have a little big kind segment for Alex. What is it, Big Daddy?
Man, I don't really have. Well, I could have 20 different individuals that I could say something about. First, my old man for taking me hunting since I was born, having me driving the Willys Jeep when I was a kid on the three wheelers, chasing the deers and all that. But in reality, to all my clients, man, all my customers, all the people that don't know who I am until this video and believed in this shit that's behind me and send me their money. You know what I mean? Like, not knowing if they were going to receive anything, not knowing if it was a scam. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? I'm thankful. You know what I mean? I could say, oh, 1,000 times because I got a lot of shit going through my
No,
head.
it's okay.
But man, my clients, you know what I mean? It's without them, it's nothing. You know what I mean? I did this to like I wanted to be a family situation. Like, I wanted people like to see this type of stuff and contact me, DM me, and which they do. Man, my clients, that's all I got. You know, I want to say thank you to all of them. You know, it is what
That's
it is.
awesome because ultimately that's what all of us are here.
Yeah,
Like it maybe you may call them contestants because that's what they are. You may call it spectators because that's what they are. But that's all our clients. If you're the Bergeron Rodeo Company, if you're hogband.com, our contestants, our spectators, they're our clients. They come
yeah,
back time after time. They tell their friends. Our crowd gets bigger each time because they believe in what we're doing.
hell
We're
yeah.
getting more and more subscribers to thebestcamo.com. You get invited to stuff like this, and this might not even move the meter. Who knows? But just know that you're one of us, and I can't wait for
Thank you,
about a
bro.
month, and we're gonna let it all hang out, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, man.
Hey, for on behalf of Jay Bergeron, Bergeron Rodeo Company, our boy Alex, the best camo, hogband.com, Jake signing off. We love y'all. The party ain't over. It's just leaving town. Y'all remember that. Just like the
Hell
last
yeah,
episode signed off. We love y'all. Let's
The
carry on.
party's not
man. I appreciate y'all.
over.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
It's just leaving town. So don't be disappointed. It's gonna come back around. But who says that a good time is at the end of the night? so don't turn out the lights. There was a happening